What's up guys, welcome back to Hypixel Skyblock, and as you know, we dropped a judgment core in my last video, so we'll be trying to craft ourselves a Terminator if we get lucky with a Mayor Diana. So if you like the type of content I make, please feel free to like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see when I upload next. After I hit Enderman Slayer level 8, I went to the Crimson Isles to grind out some Spider Slayer and get enough Tarantula Web to craft the Terminator. I did this by using my Midas Staff and killing the flaming spiders in the burning desert. For the flint, I already had a few gravel minions going for a few months, so I already had most of the enchanted flint I need for the Terminator. But I had to grind out a few hundred myself in the spider's den. Using the tarantula web and the enchanted flint, I am able to craft myself 128 tarantula silk, which is 2 stacks. This is the exact amount of tarantula silk you need for the Terminator. Another item I can already make is the 9 null edges I need for the 3 null blades. These will cost you 3 stacks of enchanted mithril as well as 3 null atoms. One thing I did was mine up a ton of enchanted obsidian to craft myself all the null edges I need. I just mined up all the enchanted lapis I need for the Terminator, but I realized that I had a million items in my stash, so this might take a while to craft up all the enchanted lapis. Moving on to something that actually took time were the 3 stack of enchanted quartz blocks. This equates to around 30,000 enchanted quartz, and it took me around 4 to 5 hours of straight mining quartz in the Crimson Isles. Here I neatly organized all the materials we need for the Terminator. On the right we have the materials for the tessellated ender pearls. In the middle we have all the materials for the null blades. And in the bottom left is what we're still missing, the 2.5 stacks of Griffin feathers for our last braided Griffin feather. In the top left we have our 2 stacks of tarantula silk as well as the 3 braided Griffin feathers. I was very lucky, and after one mayor cycle, a Minister Diana with the mythological ritual perk came into office. So I grinded out 2.5 stacks of Griffin feathers so I can craft up my single braided Griffin feather, which is the last thing I need to craft the Terminator. Before we do actually craft ourselves the Terminator, I want to show you all the materials we actually need. First of all, you will need 16,384 tarantula web as well as 4,096 enchanted flint. This will give you the 128 tarantula silk. Next, you will need 1,024 soul string as well as 640 griffin feathers for the 4 braided griffin feathers you will need. You will also need 256 enchanted lapis blocks, which equates to 40,960 enchanted lapis, as well as 640 absolute ender pearls, which also equates to 51,200 enchanted ender pearls. With these, you can craft your 8 tessellated ender pearls. You will also need 192 null avoids, which is 24,576 null spheres and 6,144 enchanted obsidian. For the null edges, you will need 1,728 enchanted mithril and 27 null atoms. Lastly, you will need 192 enchanted quartz blocks, which equates to 30,720 enchanted quartz. All of this will equate you 3 no blades. And the most important part of the Terminator is the single judgment core you need, which is around 300 million coins on a normal profile. Getting all the materials for the Terminator wasn't that hard, but waiting for a mythological ritual to happen took me around 5 to 6 days, so it took me around a week to get all of the materials. Here I'm crafting the 3 no blades I need, each of them costing around 50 million coins on a normal profile. Here I'm using all the absolute ender pearls I got from my enderman minion, and the enchanted lapis blocks I mined up to craft the 8 tessellated ender pearls I need. I already crafted up the tarantula silk and the 4 braided griffin feathers I need, so if I get the judgment core out of my personal vault and set the no blades, the tessellated ender pearls, and the last few materials, I can finally craft the Terminator. The Terminator will give you 310 damage, 15 strength, 250 crit damage, as well as 40 attack speed. One major flaw about the Terminator is that it will divide your crit chance by 4, meaning that you will need 400% crit chance. It will also shoot 3 arrows, which means that you will have 3 times DPS as your Juju. The only reasonable thing to do is to max out my Terminator. The first thing I did was putting Hasty Reforge onto my Terminator, which gives you the most crit chance. But I actually switched over to Spiritual because I had enough crit chance that I didn't need Hasty on my Terminator. I also put all the hot potato books and the fuming hot potato books, as well as a Art of War. After that, I recomped it, as well as dungeonized it, and gave it 5 stars. As you probably know, enchants are the most important thing to put on a weapon. Here I applied power 6, which I actually spent another 10 mil on a dark auction. I proceeded to put on all the other enchants I could onto a bow, excluding overload because I actually need to run more F5s to get some more overload books, and vicious and smoldering because I don't have access to those books. The best ultimate enchant for me right now would be Soul Leader 5. This will increase my damage and will help me in clearing. I really can't do a fair damage test right now because I don't have the correct equipment or Overload 5 on my Terminator. But if you want to see me get the correct equipment and Overload 5 onto my Terminator, please feel free to subscribe to see when I upload that video. Unfortunately, this is the end of the episode. I still can't believe I got a Terminator before a Hyperion or G-Drag, but if you want to see me grind for those items, please feel free to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to see when I upload those videos. And I'll see you in next week's episode. Goodbye.